Hello everyone, and this is Dalia, and I'm reading the Vampire Diaries, The Awakening. This is chapter 14, and it's part 4. We ended up at the end where it says, Elena stared aghast, but he went on without pause. I felt the pain of the steel. I felt it stab through me deep inside. All the way through, a hard thrust, and then the strength poured out of me, and I fell. I lay there on the paved ground. He looked up at Elena and finished simply, and that is how I died. Okay. Now, so we're over here, and I believe this is part 4. Elena sat frozen, as if the ice she'd felt in her chest earlier tonight had flooded and trapped her. Damon came and stood over me and bent down. I could hear my father's cries from far away and screams from the household, but all I could see was Damon's face. Those black eyes that were like a moonless night. I wanted to hurt him for what he had done to me, for everything he had done to me and to Catherine. Stefan was quiet a moment, and then he said, almost dreamily, "And so I lifted my sword and I killed him. With the last strength of my strength, I stabbed my brother through the heart." The storm had moved on, and through the broken window, Lena could hear soft night noises. The chirp of crickets, the wind sifting through trees in Stefan's room. It was very still. I knew more until I woke up in my tomb. I knew nothing more until I woke up in my tomb, said Stefan. He leaned back away from her and shut his eyes. His face was pinched and weary, but that awful childlike dreaminess was gone. Both Damon and I had just enough of Catherine's blood to keep us from truly dying. Instead, we changed.
And how can you be so brave and stupid, call a vampire arrogant and glib?
We woke together in our tomb, dressed in our best clothes. We laid on slabs side by side.
Singing the rain in Spain. Knock yourself out.
We were too weak to hurt each other anymore. The blood had been just barely enough, and we were confused. I called to Damon, but he ran outside into the night. Fortunately, we had been buried with the rings Catherine had given us, and I found her ring in my pocket.
Where is Vicky?
As if unconsciously, Stefan reached up to stroke the golden circlet. I suppose they thought she had given it to me. I tried to go home. That was stupid.
How many are we dealing with?
The servants screamed at the sight of me and ran to fetch a priest.
If it found the watch, then it knows
I ran too, into the only place where I was safe, into the dark.
Or is it a he? Or
And that is where I stayed ever since. It's where I belong, Elena. I killed Catherine with my pride and my jealousy, and I killed Damon with my hatred. But I did worse than kill my brother. I damned him. Okay, so this is part 4, and I'm going on to part 5.
What if I were